Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, and as we all know, the Monday Market Coin Report is here for you. And this is going to be for the week ending August 25th of 2019. And as always, if this is your first time here, welcome. We talk about coins and currency and everything else in between on my channel. So I personally invite you to subscribe, like, share any of the content that I do have. Make sure you get the word out there that this is where it's at. Recession proof investing. Coins. Bam. There you go. But in any event, we had kind of an active follow-up to the ANA World's Fair of Money, which was last week. Traditionally, with these big shows, you have kind of a slowdown in the subsequent weeks. Call it wallet fatigue, or people just taking time off, before the actual kind of busier time of the year, which is in that October to March, April time period in which the coin market spikes up tremendously. The holidays are certainly that point of time of year where we begin to see a lot of activity, and you just couldn't really tell based off of the market report today, in which there was a lot of diversity in the type of coins and various other collectibles that sold this past week. So I'm happy to present a wide kind of range of various things, some pretty surprising inclusions on this list. That might be indicative of a change in the market. Okay, the stock market, has been slipping as of late, and people are, I feel like they're beginning to look at collectible coins as a way of hedging against inflation and toward this quote unquote recession upcoming, ivory tower type of scenario, and it's kind of hard to say, but we'll see what happens. So, as with any video, I like to highlight one or two coins that sold on eBay this past week. Of course, I didn't talk about eBay coins last week because we had a pretty comprehensive look at all of the ANA World's Fair of Money coins that sold through Heritage Auctions, but this week we have a good one here for you. We have a 1968D candy half dollar. All right, the thing that kind of sets this coin apart from all the others is that it's graded NGC Mint State 67 plus, and it's a star. The star typically designates eye appeal, where in this case the toning isn't wild or crazy. It's very light. Do I think it deserves a star designation? I would probably be leaning more towards no. However, this is a very nice coin nonetheless, one in which that'll make any registry set a really nice kind of complimentary piece. This one sold for $7,500 on August 20th of this past week. Nice coin, but I wanted to highlight this one eBay sale. So coming up next here, we have what is the rest of the Great Collection sales. As you guys know, Great Collections does this weekly auction, and I like to highlight some of the notable pieces that came out of it modern-wise, so anything post-1950. So the first coin that we have here is a 1986 Lincoln Memorial Cent. Okay, this one is graded PCGS Mint State 68 plus. Full red, is a top population coin, finest graded. This one sold for $1,322.44. Finding coins of this generation where you don't see some of that terrible zinc rot or the zinc plating bubbles start to happen, this one is a nice acceptable piece for the grade. You have some minor pebbling on the surfaces, which indicates some of that separation between the copper coating and the zinc core on this coin. Like I want to tell all the other folks that purchase into these post-1982 Lincoln cents that are this high a grade, just buyer beware. Because the coins, over time, they have a way of deteriorating from the inside out because of the composition of the coins. So there you go. The next coin I want to talk about here today is 1958D Lincoln Wheat Cent. This is the wheat back variety. This one graded out PCGS Mint State 67 plus, full red. It's a nice coin. This one sold on GC for $2,306.25. Coins of this type with a 67 and a plus, hard to find in this market. And there you go, still commanding this kind of money. I'll be honest, we're probably gonna see a ramp up in the pricing of these mid-state 67 wheat cents from the 40s and 50s, primarily because we are exiting the what is perceived to be the lull of the coin market, which is the summertime, and we usually see a 10 to 15% uptick in the amount of money that coins like this fetch during the peak season of coin collecting. So the next one we have here, and it's pretty refreshing to see a 1955 Lincoln Wheat Cent that is not a doubled die. Keep in mind that usually Great Collection sells 2, 3, or 4 of the double die obverse 1955, but however, this one right here is just a regular plain 1955 without the forsaken variety that everybody loves to look for. This one graded PCGS Mint State 67 Plus full red, and this one sold for $1,631.25. A really nice, acceptable mid-50s type grade there for you. So I do have one Jefferson nickel. It was kind of quiet on the nickel front, but we have a 1955 Jefferson nickel. Again, this is one of like the premier top dates that's hard to look for with full steps. But this one, I guess, all right, I'm kind of hesitant to say, but this one, they did grade out full steps as a PCGS Mint State 66. You guys be the judge. I feel like that it doesn't have quite the sharpness and the cleanliness of what full steps are. This one sold for $1,445.13. All right, so we have a couple dimes that I want to highlight. Not super powerfully expensive coins, but they are nice looking. The first one that we have here is the 1962D. Of course, this is a 90% composition silver dime. This one is an NGC graded Mint State 68 star. Okay, the toning is exceptional on this coin, and this is a previous Sunset Collection provenance piece. This one sold for $815.62. And we have one other dime here to highlight on this particular report, and it's a 54S. This one, conversely, it's nice to see a coin that doesn't have the full torch designation that still sold for a nice chunk of money. This one is a PCGS graded Mint State 68, and this one sold for $817.88. All right, so I've been asked by a number of people that they have these 2019 West Point National Park quarters that they've sent out for grading long after the release, and they get this designation of early find on there, which beyond the first discovery and then the first week of discovery, you have the early find, which I believe goes out 90 days from the start of the program for that particular date. What's it worth? Well, I have one that's sold here on Great Collections. It's a 2019 W. This one is an American Memorial National Park quarter. This one graded PCGS Mint State 66. And, just to kill the cat with curiosity there, it's $112.50 on Great Collections, which just goes to prove that it may not be worth it to send these out long after. Like if you found a Lowell National Park West Point quarter, probably not worth sending out, as the market kind of tanks for these early find provenance pieces through PCGS. So a little word to the wise. It's going to end up, being a minimal gain in some areas. I mean, if you wanted to send these coins out to PCGS, keep in mind that these coins are going to continue to drop as more and more of them are graded. So you're probably going to see this coin selling for under $100 here in the upcoming months. So we do have a really nice Washington quarter, and this one here is a 1990D. Okay, it's one of the more modern dated quarters that not a lot of people really cared about. Okay, they circulated pretty widely. Not many people hoarded them in the nicer states. The Mint State examples are few and far between of this particular date. This one is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus, and it's sold for $1,293.75. So we have a 1964 Washington quarter, and this one is beautiful. It's pretty nice. It's got a nice toning to it. Again, another Sunset Collection Provenance piece. This one is an NGC Mint State 67 Plus, CAC certified, and this one sold for $984.38. So I have a couple of Franklin half dollars that I wanted to address, okay? And one is simply a lot more rare than the other, but you can make the case that both of them are pretty rare based off of the overall eye appeal of the coins. And the first one that I wanted to talk about here today is going to be this 1963 Franklin half dollar. This one, of course, is in a proof set that even today is widely available for between $18 and $25. However, finding one with full frosting and ultra cameo, bar none, one of the toughest dates to find for this particular designation. So this one is an NGC Proof 69 Ultra Cameo. This one sold for $7,031.25. Truly magnificent example if you could find one in some of those relatively lesser expensive proof sets out there. However, on the flip side, we have a 1957 Franklin half dollar. Now, this one, you know, they're out there, okay, for around $25 to $30 in a proof set. However, finding one with this level and this quality of cameo is, again, you're talking about needle in a haystack, but it's going to be one of those kind of chase pieces if you're out there looking for it. This one is an NGC Proof 69 Ultra Cameo, and this one, ladies and gentlemen, sold for $17,437.50. It is truly among one of the finest graded coins of this caliber for this particular series. So if you guys are out there looking through some of these mid-50s into the early 60s proof sets, keep an eye out for some of these Ultra Cameo coins. They're going to be worth it for sure. So we do have a couple of odds and ends here. We have a 1972 Eisenhower dollar. Okay, this one is the Type 1 reverse. One of the, you know, it's a tougher date to find at a Mint State 66, which that's what this one is. This one was graded through NGC, and this one sold for $2,082.38. Some of the earlier dated Eisenhower dollars are very sought after at this grade level. The Type 1 is not the most desirable of the types. The Type 2 actually is the one coin that everybody looks for, even in raw condition. So that's that one there. So here's kind of like the surprise out of the group. A 1990 American Silver Eagle. This one graded PCGS Mint State 70. So it's the perfect grade that you could get on any coin. And it just so happens that generally on a Silver Eagle, silver bullion, in which these were produced at a high level anyways, sold for $4,612.50. Apparently there are a few dates that are more tougher than others, okay? You have your dedicated collectors of high-grade silver bullion. Of course, when this program first released in 1986, people didn't exactly anticipate them being kind of the collectible vehicle that they are, where at the time people were just focusing on, you know what, Mexico and all these other countries have their own dedicated silver bullion from their respective mints. Let's go ahead and produce one, and this is what people can trade back and forth. But apparently the collectible market, the numismatic value of these coins have been shooting up, and I feel like that some of these coins will be shooting up in more value if we see an upcoming recession. Kind of hard to say indefinitely where the ceiling is on these coins, but the attractiveness of the overall design of this coin is making it an attractive buy to a lot of those investors. So finally, we're going to end up with the big sale of the week. All right, and this one right here was on the thumbnail. It's a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Cent. Over 256 million coins were produced by the Philadelphia Mint during this year. So why did this one sell for $22,500? Well, I'm happy to say that it is the finest graded 1953 Lincoln Cent, in which only one exists in a mint state 67 plus full red. It is also CAC certified, and it is graded by PCGS. And that is how you flip this whole thing upside down. The coin market is quite in a buzz with a reported sale of a 53 Lincoln wheat set for over $22,000. And that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up the Monday market report for the week ending August 25th. As you can see, a lot of diversity on the list. There are a lot of people collecting and investing in various other different types of coins than just the normal kind of like mainstays in the hobby. So if you're out there, keep in mind, silver is on the rise. It is over $17 an ounce, okay? Gold is approaching $1,600 an ounce. Where are we going to end up in a few months, all right? We could see silver eclipsing the $19 to $20 mark here real soon, within the next 60 to 90 days. And gold might even hit $2,000, which all of this might end up kind of like a preemptive, anticipatory market trend based off of what happens with the stock market and a recession. Time will only tell. We'll see where all this goes. But usually, when precious metals goes up, so does the entire coin market. So expect a lot of these coins that you saw here today, in addition to the more highly, kind of like collected older coins, that you're going to see a little bit of a run-up by about 10 to 20% in various types of collectible mediums, okay? So I want to thank you guys for joining me on this edition of the Monday Market Report. As always, like, share, subscribe. Would love to hear your comments. What coin did you see that was kind of a surprise on this list? I would love to hear about your take on it. You guys have a wonderful day. Don't work too hard, and I will see you on the next one. You guys take care.